Guys, it's episode 14 of Favorite Cheese, and in this beautiful episode, we have a good time talking about Delman's hilarious jaunt with jury duty.
I served.
He served.
Yeah.
Oh, he served. We talk about, the potential of the world ending and if it's going to. Also dive into a pretty good hypothetical of, is everyone either a frog or a rat? It gets hot and heated.
Yeah.
You should really stick around. Yeah, it's happening. Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Frank is ready. She's sitting here like a princess. She looks like she would be in control of a lot of countries. I'd fight for Frank. I'd fight to the death for Frank.
She's like Krang.
She is like Krang.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby, yeah. Yeah.
She's staring right.
I'm
looking right down the barrel.
Goblin, man.
You will all listen to me.
Yes. Focus on the crime, sis.
I was actually just trying to do a warm up.
Oh, you were trying to do
yeah.
What's your favorite beer, Delman?
Weekend Vibes. Coronado.
Wow. Your favorite color?
Don't have one. See, this is okay.
Okay.
So this
you
is
have to just make a choice though. You can't just
Okay.
Look, I'm just saying you gotta just get out of your head and dive in.
Okay. See,
you're afraid you're gonna make the wrong choice.
No. I just don't have a favorite. See, this is okay. So this is good. The warm up was good because actually I'm gonna hop right into my my fondue and camembert. I had jury duty. I served.
Oh,
I served.
Wow, thank you so much for your service.
They said that as I left. The police were like, and thank you for your service. And I'm like,
I don't.
Stop.
No, seriously, stop.
No, but honestly. Yeah, so I served. I will say it wasn't your normal experience. Like I wasn't.
I love jury duty.
I know. And
I love it. I love it so much. I kept looking online, seeing if I could go for you. I was so sad you had to go because I wanted to do it.
You're like, how to go to jury duty.
I did. I Googled how to go to jury duty, and they were like, it's random, you psychopath.
They should be putting out SEO feelers because, I mean, that's what we were saying. Like, no one wanted to be there. And I was like, you know what? They can easily get people to sit and let's make a deal for like $40 a day.
Just give me $40 and everyone's going to be a juror.
I know. They give me $15 for the day. See, that's not worth it, but
I don't know. It's not worth it.
You thought you were in like a Netflix drama.
I thought I had a really good case years ago. I was a foreman. I got voted
you were
as
the head
foreman.
of the jury.
I don't think it's just like you just it's who's going to talk for everyone. And,
no, they choose.
And they chose the foreman, and
it
chose me, which is really weird because I was the youngest one of the bunch. But I loved it. I felt like I was in a court TV show every single day.
No,
it was really hard for me not to applaud at certain. Like he'd come up with a point, and I'd want to be like, yes, but I didn't.
See, after your experience, I was like, I wanted to go home, but part of me was like,
let's see where this goes.
They brought me in for a 21-day case, and I was just like, I can't.
Who can?
And then I was like, I could do little, but not 21. They're like, cool. So they sent me to the 3-day case.
Good.
I was like back up at first, and it was very, as you were saying, like, you're the foreman. I'm like, no, that's the team captain, because it definitely has like elementary school vibes,
100%.
like
it goes
last
right
to get picked,
yes.
And so I'm sitting there, and at first I don't even want to be there, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I'm trying to be like juror number 2.
Juror number 2 is getting all the questions. Why are they asking me questions?
Yeah. And I was juror 19 the whole time, and I'm like, am I even in this?
19 is a good number,
but it's not in it. 12 is in.
12's in.
6 are the tops, and then we're just like on this. I'm in a side seat over there, but I'm not with but I'm like, we'll come to you sort of thing. But I will say, when they the judge questioned me, it felt good.
Delman called me and I was like, oh my God, are you a juror? Are you this?
And he's like, a lot of laughs.
I gotta go back tomorrow. I got a lot of laughs is what you said. And I was like, this is not your tight 5. You're not trying to just be like, hit him with a 1-2 punch, baby.
And it was just hilarious because it's really bad jokes that but I didn't realize when they all eyes are on you, it's a full room of people. I haven't been in that situation in a minute.
Yeah.
Because of either, I haven't done live shows in a minute.
Sure.
And also it's like I haven't been in a class or, it's like.
It's also like fish in a barrel because they're all very normal, average.
For sure.
A
Well,
jury
hey,
of
it's
your
a
peers.
jury. Yeah, exactly. And so it's just funny. Like the judge is like, are you married or do you have a roommate? And I'm like, I'm married to my roommate. and people were like, huh?
That's good.
yeah. And then he's like, do you have any children? And I'm like, 2 dogs. And then he's like, like that one got the judge.
Loved you.
Like literally like a knee slap, and you're just like, wow, this is easy breezy.
Yeah.
But I was killing it. And then they asked what I did for a living, and I was like, and then they're like, it says here, comedian.
Why
actor.
would you put that down?
Why
would you do that?
That's how I make my living, is being an actor.
I just think it's amazing that you did it.
That's what I filed tax. I mean, like,
yeah.
So it's like, I'm like, and they're like, you have to tell the truth. So I did put web developing on the side.
Yeah.
And
Dancer.
And then I was like, gotta pay the bills. And then he was like, yeah, it was like a whole.
This feels like a 30 Rock episode.
No, it was insane. And literally, I'm not kidding you. Everyone became like pretty close. Like that was the other high school vibes that jury duty had, was like me and this other guy and this like kind of older guy.
Who's your clique? Who did you settle with?
Well, that's the hard thing, because you keep getting your cliques get broken up. Like day one, I had a pretty solid clique. It was me and this grandpa from Long Beach. And me and him were kindred spirits.
Yeah, that
like
tracks.
we were
That
good. Like we went to lunch together,
Oh God.
Yeah.
Really?
Like, well, yeah, they give us a lunch break. I'm like, we're not, you want to go to Norm's, and then we hung out.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. And then
you seem like a very nice young man.
And then there was this other guy. We were both coding on our computers, and we made a few jokes about how like we didn't think the network was secure. And we were making fun of the jury duty website, so we really bonded on that. And his last name was Vanderbilt, which made me, as a conspiracy theorist,
you think you would have been able to pay to get out of that, huh?
Exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm like,
Papa didn't pull any strings.
yeah. You still got the last name. You have to be kind of related. Just a bit.
Okie dokie, Smokey.
Yeah.
Is he a plant? Is he supposed to get on a different jury and swing it one way?
Then I got called into this other jury, and so then I had to get a new group of friends, and it was
no one traveled over from your other jury.
Vanderbilt was there, but he got deep in the code.
That guy's not trustworthy at all. They're talking. They're having a convo.
Grandpa got cut. Good for him.
Good for him.
Oh my gosh! And that was the other thing I totally forgot. When we were in 21-week jury, there was like
21 weeks, 21 days.
Oh, days. Sorry. Yeah. No,
I was like, that's half a year. So what is this case doing?
There was definitely some strange vibes. Like there was like this guy. He was kind of like a little schmarmy, and he was like kind of hitting on some of the. I was like, why are we?
Del said all the old guys are hitting on all the young girls in the hallway, and it was skeezing him out.
Like it was so weird because like some girl who was probably 23.
Sure.
First time doing this or whatever. And then this guy who obviously is fairly successful, but
is older.
A dog or whatever. And he's just like, nice boots. And I'm like, don't you dare, nice boots. And
you wore them today. And you're like, yeah, my guy.
And he has like some backpack that says like William Morris on it, or something. Like it's like an agency for actors. And he's but it's like, it's just it's swag. It's not like you work there. Yeah. It's like, why'd you choose to bring, he's like, no. Do you work there? Oh, no, no.
Got me.
I write stuff. I don't. I got a backpack. Let's just say I got a backpack. Yeah.
You said he was like giving her career advice that she was like, cool.
Yeah, she put her headphones in, and he was still just going for it.
Well, what you're gonna want to do? She's like, I can't hear you, my guy.
Yeah, and then I ended up bonding with this girl who was like telling me that she was really afraid because her son is in high school and he's in Les Mis. And he got the bug.
That's a really
weird one. She's like, he got the bug.
From Les Mis?
Yeah.
From high school?
Well, she's like, he came home and he told me it was the first time he ever cried on stage. And I'm like, do I need to get him help? And I was like, well, he had a nice moment. And then I was like, I caught the bug once.
So, what was your high school play that you caught the bug
That's
in?
what I was making fun of them too. Cause like, they were like, they were talking, he's in high school and they're like, Les Mis. And they're like, pretty depressing.
It's hard. It's such a heavy choice.
And then she's like, Well, and it's Culver City High School, so that's
I
why.
mean,
And then she
again-
goes, well, the year before they did Chicago, and then that guy was like inappropriate for high school students.
Inappropriate. It's Chicago?
Yeah, that's very
They're
inappropriate.
like all like
Yeah.
17 in like their lingerie dancing.
Yeah.
Pop shit, wait shit, lip shit.
Yeah,
You're
and
like,
oh my god.
I had it coming.
Yeah, oh god.
It's just like
They're not
16
old
year
enough.
olds
I
that
know
are
it's
like,
disgusting.
no.
And so that's what they asked me, and they're like, "What'd you get the book?" And I'm like, "Little thing called Our Town." And then she looks at me and she goes, "Is that the play with no props?" No background? And I'm like, I didn't come from it was a humble beginning.
It was a humble beginning.
I was but the stage manager.
Everyone
I had to
did.
paint the picture.
Just an FYI, if you don't know, everyone and their mother does Our Town in some form of something in high school.
I did it back to
theater
back.
or
I did
college.
it in high school and then in college.
No one is
I got to
giving
play
you an
different
award.
parts.
Okay. Oh.
It was a big deal.
Yeah, it was.
But it was
I can
not cool
tell.
to do.
He had it coming. Clank, clank. He had it coming.
No,
Clank, clank.
but it was just really funny, and so I made a click there. Some guy, it was just very interesting.
Yeah.
And then fast forward,
Sure.
that click is all ruined. One of
So
those guys
heartbreaking.
is on the 21-day trial. He's
They're
not
like, this
happy
is
about
not
it.
what this is about for you guys to form bonds.
No, but he literally, the judge. So in our group, they're going through all the questions, and it was like amazing because like I will say, like, I don't think I'm allowed to talk about it, but it never went to. We're not in the middle
You're
of
not
it.
talking about the case. You're just talking about the
the
process
people-
of being chosen as a juror.
It was just so cool. Like, and so I was so
Juror.
inspired by everyone that was there. It was
Aw.
hilarious. Like, one guy was like talking about how he was like a firefighter and he had saved all these things, and then for some reason this judge was this lawyer was asking us really random questions.
You said that. You said they were very random questions.
And this guy was just like, I was a firefighter, and he's like, and they were like, are you married or whatever? And he's like, yeah, I'm married. And then they're like, well, what do you like to do in your free time? And he's like, my husband and I, we see the
Yes.
world. And
Yes,
and he was
he
so
does.
and I was like, fuck yeah. Hell yeah. I was like, hell yeah. And for whatever reason, then this lawyer goes, what's your favorite movie? Without missing a beat, he goes, Brokeback Mountain. I'm not even kidding. And I'm like,
love
this
it.
guy's
This guy's
dope.
ready.
Like,
He's
he knows
doing
what's
his
up.
life.
Then okay, cool. They go to this next guy. He has an accent. And in my mind, I'm like, this is crazy. Like, to be serving on an American jury and you're from another
Yeah.
country. Like, it blows my
Beautiful.
mind. Like, if I
Civic
couldn't
duty.
be on the other end, like if I was in Sweden or Germany and
They'd
they're
be like, get out, sir. You don't.
How did the
no."
laws work? Do we
You're
put
like,
the wig
"No,
on? Or is that
no,
just
get
England?
out, sir. You
Yeah.
don't get to be here telling
Yeah.
your stories.
And this guy was
forming
like,
cliques.
this guy was from Ukraine, and he was like really cool, and like, he had
Yeah.
come from like whatever, and he built a company. They're asking all these questions, and everyone is like just inspiring me. Like, I'm just like, are you listening?
and
to me?
meanwhile, you're like, I live with my dogs.
Yeah. I'm like, comedian here. And no. The best part is like, so for whatever reason, this one guy's asking everyone this one lawyer is asking everyone their favorite song and their favorite movie.
I mean, a part of me is like, that is a
And
really weird question because you're just like,
I
it's
think
very
it has to do with
specific.
the fact that the person was an artist and they're trying to see if
Oh,
people are
actually pay
decisive
attention.
or
Sure,
yeah.
sure.
And
But also for me, I'm like, that feels like you're getting in my head.
who knows?
for me to answer that question,
Who knows
I'm
what it
like,
was? But some people were like very quick. Like Brokeback Mountain was quick. One guy was like Black Hawk Down. We're like, Jesus. Someone's like Vanilla Sky. It was like some random.
These are heavy.
Yeah, there was some random
ones.
movies, and then they're like favorite band, and like no one knew. Like some people would say like their style,
Sure.
but for whatever reason, one person goes Bohemian Rhapsody, and then five people like it's just like they just didn't.
They all
care.
just followed along.
Yeah, I think it's a genius thing to ask people to see who's gonna follow along and who's just gonna
my
be
God.
an individual or whatever.
I did not even think about
But-
that. But also, who's the psychopath that hears like favorite movie out of hundreds of thousands of movies and they're like, whatever that guy said.
I don't.
Yeah.
No. A lot of people were like, I don't know. Like they were like, just stop. Like I don't know. And like some people knew,
like
and some
it's
people.
just a simple question.
I don't
What's your
have,
favorite movie?
and they're like, okay, all right, and
All
like one lady was nice about it. She's like, my grandson and I, we watch, like a movie or whatever.
Sure.
But even later, I saw her and she's like, I fucking hate that movie. Like she
That's
was just like, I just felt like I
hilarious.
had to answer. And so for me, they stopped the questions like right before me. Like, we're calling it a day. Everyone comes back tomorrow. And I was like, I'm going to have to answer what is my favorite movie. And in an hour in traffic, I couldn't think of one.
You came
I can't think of anything that I have a favorite
You came
thing
home.
I don't have any favorites except
okay.
maybe a beer. That's I have like
Chongo.
I don't, but it sways. I don't know.
It's okay.
I don't, but I feel like I have so many favorites. That's my thing.
Sure.
Like my follow-up question to what's your favorite movie would be like, is it like my favorite movie that brings me back like nostalgic feelings from when I was a kid?
Okay.
Or is it like
what's that
my favorite? That's a hard one.
Oh my God. You can't.
So
you can't be on this journey.
I really liked Rat Race, which when I said that to you, like scuffed in my face.
I didn't scoff. I just thought out of all the movies in the world.
That was like my favorite, one of my favorite that was the one.
Out of all the movies
Cuba
in the world.
Gooding Jr.
Out of all the movies.
Whoopi Goldberg.
I'm going to hurt you.
Kathy Bates. Seth Green. John Cleese.
Rat Race
John Lovitz.
cannot be your favorite
movie.
movie.
The girl from Sister Act.
The girl from Sister Act?
She's very funny.
Kathy Najimy.
Yeah.
Bless her name.
She's in it.
She's huge. She's Peggy.
Yeah. See? So you're on my side.
No, I'm not on your
great
side
movie.
at all. Okay. Yeah. You can't make Rat Race your favorite movie.
Until the end. Until Smash Mouth. We all agree it really falls apart there.
It falls. It disintegrates.
But the rest of it is worth it.
Okay.
It's worth it.
Delman's favorite movie is Rat Race.
No, but I can't. I know I can't say that. If I say that, I'm a crazy person.
You're an absolute
So I'm
psychopath.
going through it. And I was trying to ask, I'm like, well, I really... For comedies, a movie that I loved and I quoted a lot because that's one of the questions you asked me, like how to define your favorite movie.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, Zoolander, I loved that as a kid.
You loved it.
But that you can't say Zoolander
not
is
now,
your favorite movie.
Not as an adult male.
No. And then you were like, well, what was the first movie that like made you want to be a comedian? And I was like, I watched my dad laugh at Austin Powers. And you're like, can't say Austin Powers.
You could, I guess.
But I don't want to say that
so
either.
Ridiculous too.
And then... but then it's like, but a serious movie? I was like, I don't know. The last movie that I liked, like, I don't know. It's like current movies that's kind of where my head's at. I don't have like they're
going to pick you just because of your indecision.
I'm very decisive on things that I like.
My favorite movie is Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind. Without a doubt.
That's not my favorite movie.
I know
that movie was a lot.
Movie. It's heavy.
I don't need to watch it again.
But it's also so beautiful. It's so real. It's so like... How many of us haven't gone through things that we absolutely wish we could obliterate from our mind, but they make us. But in the acting is so brilliant. Just the concept is so brilliant. Just like everything, it makes you feel in so many different beautiful ways. I don't know. I loved that movie. I still love that movie. I watch it every like 3 years, and I go, "Yep, this is it. This is my favorite movie."
I think there's only like 10 movies I've ever seen more than once.
You know what? Is Rat Race on that list?
I've seen Rat Race, if I had to guess, probably 300 times at least. Yeah. I could probably start right now and get through it.
My God.
Like by me just saying the lines.
I hope I never die because if this has to be like your Tinder profile. When they say like, "What's your favorite movie?" and you have to be like, "I've seen the movie Rat Race 300 times."
My Tinder profile would be horrible. Jewish. I can solve a Rubik's Cube in under 4 minutes.
And will not pick a favorite movie, but I have seen Rat Race.
I'm basically if cauliflower was a person.
They're like this.
I enjoy the taste of Pepto-Bismol.
I can't die. I can't die. I'm sorry. I just can't.
So I still don't know. Like today we were like
days we've been
today
working on this.
Okay, so long story short, we got like go because they came in on a settlement, but I'm still trying to think of like my favorite movie. I like Best in Show a lot. That was a great movie.
I do love that this has thrown you so much. Well, they probably asked a bunch of other questions, but you're like really.
Well, I know the answers to those.
Sure.
Because they're not opinions; they're facts.
But
this is an opinion.
Today you did say you said Best in Show.
No, that's not my favorite movie. That's probably my favorite comedy.
Oh my God.
But I like Kingpin too. But I've also seen Independence Day more than 5 times.
Yeah, you said that as a bragging point last time we were talking.
Andre the Seal, Free Willy, those were big ones as a childhood.
I don't think it's called Andre the Seal. I think it's just called Andre.
Okay, Andre. We had to specify because my mom would be like, "What is the Andre the Seal one?"
Okay, what
Princess
I'm gonna
Bride?
say. Delman.
That's
you
a
are
good
literally
one. I
going
loved Princess
from
Bride. City Slickers 2.
People would think that you stopped watching movies in 1998.
We were only given a specific amount
no
of
one
movies.
cares. You now can watch a million movies.
I got a lot of things to do. I gotta pay the rent, and I'm watching a lot of YouTubes.
We've watched so many movies,
but
together.
They're not. But my favorite
as lovers.
Okay, what's your favorite movie that we've watched together?
I love 1917. I think we really loved it.
No, that was a great movie. But to say that's your favorite
Mad Max
movie,
Fury Road. I think
that was pretty good.
That's second on my list. That's my comfort movie. I was gonna say
but
that.
I would. That's your comfort.
Yeah, I watch it. I put it on a million times.
I loved
settles my
it,
brain.
but it made me so uneasy. Like they're spraying the spray in their mouths, and then the weird
escapism, baby.
Yeah, see, like for me, it's like,
get me out of here. Get me off this rock.
Yeah, but that seems way. You want to escape to that?
I gotta get out.
Where you're like,
I want to go away.
Yeah, but that seems really
where it's
scary.
Female empowerment, where it's really cool, and Tom Hardy's there being all,
okay,
I'm going to.
That's the movie version. The real version is going to be horrifying.
Yeah, it's going to be. It's going to be a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it actually like reinstilled like. As we were leaving, we were like, should we exchange numbers? Like people were like, oh, our judge literally, as he dismissed the case, he's like, I will say in my...
Wait, how old was
Oh,
this
he was
judge?
so old. That's also why I was like, what is this? Like he was so old. And he was literally like, in my years of doing this, I've never seen a jury ever get along as much as this jury. It brought a smile to my face. Have a good weekend and have a happy President's Day.
And everyone's like, President's Day is so far away.
No, it's on Monday.
Is it really?
Yeah. He was like, have a 3-day weekend.
Oh, good for that little angel.
And it's like, and I proudly. No, anyways. So, yeah. So it was nice. I got out of jury. I served.
You served.
But still, please let us know your favorite movies. Because this is for me, like, when people just throw out like their favorite color, unless you're wearing pink every day or whatever, it's hard. What's my favorite color? I don't know. I like red. I like greens. I like rust. I like orange. I can tell you what I don't like. You know?
You know what? That is the title.
Even music.
That's the title of your
I can tell you what I don't like.
I can tell you what I don't like. I can tell you what I don't like.
Because I like so many things. There was a guy, I didn't actually get to hear him talk, but he looked like some sort of like, I don't even like Gene Simmons not in the makeup in a ponytail with like some really big glasses on. Like he was an old rocker. He was in like a leather jacket and he's kind of slouched over, but we got there kind of late because they're like, okay, juror number 3, we've chose to dismiss you. And he's like, and he gets up and he's like, slams out of the door. He's like, beat it, you know, like
open door.
yeah, and just like flips. And
thank
he's like,
God, because he was like the Judd Nelson of the group.
No, exactly. But I'm like, who is this guy, and like, why is he so mad?
Dude,
like,
your John Hughes juror movie almost took a completely different turn with that bully guy in it.
So, anyways, that's me. That's what I am fondue of. I was a little sexy juror.
Oh,
and
sexy little
I wore
juror.
my little outfit.
Dude, Delman wanted, because Delman has served jury duty before, years and years and years ago, and he decided last time to wear a salmon-colored pink suit. It was a 3-piece
It was
suit.
Very well-fitting. And
it was... Dude,
it looked good.
It was so tight.
It was good. It was
like
not tight. It was good.
Tight.
And I had a briefcase, an alligator briefcase.
Yeah, you had a briefcase, but you put sandwiches in there and
I had
magazines.
To eat and stuff. Yeah, I had to eat. But no.
He was like, "I'm going to jury duty," and
I wanted him to think. I wanted them to just. I wanted to be like reporting for duty. Like I wanted them to think I work there. You know, I'm playing. It's just another part of the juror. You can't handle the truth.
This time he really was like, should I wear my suit again? And I was like, maybe just
I was going to wear a different. I wanted them to think I wanted them to be like, oh, are you the... No, okay. Like I want...
Thousands of people. They're not going to be like, are you the man that came with the sandwich in his briefcase?
No, not that. I don't want them to remember me. I wanted them to be like, are you a lawyer?
No, sir, not in that suit.
And then they had pictures of all these headshots, like even because it's LA, they're like Harrison Ford.
No.
It was like Ed Asner.
No. Ed?
The other girl from Xena. Not Xena, but the other
Gabrielle?
girl. Yeah,
Yeah, Gabrielle.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, baby.
I was like, she definitely did her service.
Oh, she did her time, baby. Yeah, Gabrielle.
Oh, and then they were like, Judge Ito. I'm like, there's no way. The guy who like was the judge for the LA
no one's buying
for
it.
OJ was. I mean,
No
I'm sure
one's
he
buying
like
it.
showed up and made a thing about
I
it.
just want to say, in my 975 years of work,
Yeah.
I love that for you.
Yeah,
I
it was,
really
it was
do.
a good time. Hope to
Hey.
not have to do it again soon.
Well,
I think for now, I'm probably gonna stick with. I don't know. I'm out.
Delman, that was so anticlimactic. I can't even handle it.
What's my favorite?
Delman, there's a gun to your head, and if you
Yeah.
don't say something
Does
right
that?
now,
Can it just be
I'm
anything?
gonna blow it all to pieces. Yeah.
Jesus.
3, 2, 1. You are dead.
Give me one more minute. Start up. One more minute.
I don't know if you guys know this, but we filmed our last podcast before the Super Bowl.
yeah.
And I got one, I don't know anything about it, but I was so close to the final score and who won.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, I think I got a real future in this whole like betting game thing.
Well, I'm gonna quote, Vin Diesel. It doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile, So it doesn't. You were off. You didn't win.
I got it like 37 to 34, and it was like 38
You were
to
off.
30.
You didn't. You could. It would have been impossible to get that score.
Yeah, I mean, I was still really close,
Yeah,
man. I will be honest.
It was definitely no. You nailed it.
I think I
Yeah.
really surprised myself with that.
Yeah, it was.
I
Great.
felt that.
Yeah.
I just need to probably, I don't know, learn how to do gambling or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Well,
ready
that's
to
great.
do it. I'm
That's
just saying. That was my tiny little piece of leftovers that I'm very
Nice.
impressed with.
I'd like to say for last week when I was trying to figure out what I was sad about, and I was like, I was Swiss or something. They were like,
yeah.
They replied, I'm sorry, Delman was blue cheese about the trivia thing.
We're
and I
idiots.
love that. So
Can
I'm
you
taking
believe that we did not think of
that I
that?
was not blue cheese. That's good.
Something you're sad about. That's blue
That is one thing I don't
cheese.
think about. I'm not a blue cheese guy. Recently, I've been having some good blue cheese.
Yeah, you have.
But
It's stinky, but
I
what are you
wasn't.
going to do?
Yeah, but I was blue cheese. So love that. Thank you. Keeping that.
Grabbing that, keeping that.
All right.
Also, I will say this is just because we're in the leftover zone from last week. Someone said, how is Shania, our neighbor, who consistently blares Shania Twain?
Mm-hmm.
For a second there, Delman and I were very worried because we heard hide nor hair of her. We did not hear a peep from this very loud
it seemed
person.
like she
we were
packed
like,
up
what's
and
going
left,
on with Shania?
Yeah.
Cut to
well,
a few nights
she must have gone on
ago.
some work trips or something,
Yeah.
but she's back.
She's back, baby. She's back with a vengeance. Back at 3 a.m. She's back doing.
I haven't heard Shania in a minute in the terms of the music of the Mrs. Twain, but Shania, she's been busy.
She's been busy.
And she's been loud.
Been very busy and very loud.
Cartoonish.
And if someone played me a tape that seemed very inappropriate in nature, and they were like, do you recognize these sounds? I'd be like, oh yeah, that's 3 a.m. Shania Twain.
And if you haven't picked up yet, she's getting railed.
She's railed. Also, it's so loud.
Railed.
And I don't
It sounds
know.
cartoonish to the rest of us. And I don't even like that makes me feel like a curmudgeon because I'm like not mad. Most of the time, if I hear someone getting it, I'm like, hell yeah. But this is like, all right, that's not even real.
No, these feel like wee.
You're just like, this can't. No, you gotta. Do you have a soundboard over there?
I know.
You can't be. That's not even sexy. That's
No.
a foghorn. That's not even something that anyone would like. Okay, all right.
Honestly, though,
Okay, those are baby sounds.
If she's making love to a Looney Tune, it all makes sense. None of it doesn't, but there are some noises coming out of
No,
there.
but it's her making the sounds. It's not. If it was him, I'd be like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
But
got
no.
it.
He's silent. She's just making.
She's a wooging her way into. Yeah, we did notice that the other day because then the entire neighbors were like, "Hey, did you hear that at 3 a.m.?" And we're like, "We did actually." And then they were like, "Did they not know that their windows are and like entire windows open?"
And then without missing a beat, the minute the pleasure stopped, it was bum bum ba da da da.
Also, like, do you know it's not the same as
Oh,
it
yeah.
was? And you're like, this is getting sad. There's
Yeah.
like some heartbreaking songs
Yeah, there
too
was
that are
some-
happening.
Yeah, there's
I
some
will
stuff.
say
She's
because
going
of the
through it.
way that our our entire apartment complex is suited, Shania truly is at the beginning of the megaphone.
Yeah.
So every sound that she makes, it truly is
Comes
just like
down,
through
we get
there.
it later and louder.
Later and louder.
Yeah.
It is. It's so it feels amplified.
Yeah.
I wonder if she knew she would be. I wonder if she'd be like, "Oh my god, I'm horrified. That's so awful." Or if she's just like, "Yeah,
I wonder if
I do that
she-
for you," and you're like,
Yeah.
"Got it. That makes sense."
I wonder if she like works like with a company in another time zone. Like her hours are vampire hours.
I was wondering
like,
where you were going. But
well,
yeah, they
yeah,
are
like but
vampire
like
hours.
she'll just be on the phone or
It'll
like
be
getting
5 a.m. and she'll be having like full on just like, well, and the thing about it is you have to cut someone out if they're gonna
Yeah.
be bad. Like if they're gonna
Like,
be that, you have to cut them out completely.
A few times I've had to go to set or something at like 3 or 4 in the
Sure.
morning, and she'll just be like blow drying her hair, like we're waking up, we're getting ready.
She's doing it.
She's
She's
smoking-
coming in from the night before.
Yes, I've seen that.
Yeah.
I've
More
heard,
weed
I've heard her,
comes out of
yeah.
that window than a
I've
weed
heard,
shop.
heard her taking bong rips at like 4 or 5 in the morning,
Yeah.
and I'm like, this is the only time I ever saw that happen. Is like I had a roommate that worked graveyard,
Sure.
and when he would get home, he'd smoke before he went to bed, and that's
yeah.
like when I was waking up, and I wouldn't.
No, I
because-
think she's doing bong rips to go to work. She's
yeah,
like,
and
yeah.
then she's like calling up China, and
down,
she's like,
down,
yeah.
down, down, down. You know what? It was Gadzooks.
It was the weirdest.
I think that's how we should get her back. We should just start doing the weirdest love-making sounds.
Like in
that are
Forrest
like,
Gump, like
Yeah.
when we see her, we just start going,
No, like we should literally be like, woo.
yeah. And she's like, she might be like, yeah.
She's like, I know,
you guys
right?
get it.
Thanks.
She probably would.
She would. She'd
She
be so
definitely
happy
would.
that we knew.
Well,
Oh,
I'm
Shania.
proud of her.
I am too. It's female empowerment.
So that was some good leftovers and
Great
some good
leftovers.
catch-ups.
I will also say a second part, because Frank is stealing the spotlight currently, is Frank's obviously been dating Jamiana for a really long time
Yeah.
now. But also she's currently in her Avril Lavigne phase.
Yeah.
Where she just is loving Avril Lavigne. She's
Yeah.
literally just like, she goes around the house being like, it's a damn good night, trying to figure out this time. Also, she's pretty confused on it. Because so far she's thought that like Adele songs are Avril Lavigne songs. Kelly Clarkson, she's like, she's got crazy range.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Avril Lavigne? Because she's amazing,
Listen, Avril Lavigne and I hung out at one of Jeremy's parties.
We shared a piece of shrimp.
Yeah, it was nice. She ate it first, and I took the second.
I took the tail, baby, because everyone knows that's the best part. And oh
after
my
that,
god,
I get it.
we did some karaoke. I did Sweet Caroline. She did one of her songs.
You know, Jeremy was a skater boy.
I'm just letting you know right now. Skater boy, see you later, boy. I am in, baby.
I saw Jeremy almost land a kickflip outside of Chevy's. Some
Oh
boy
my
had
God.
one of those boards.
Yeah, hell yeah,
And Jeremy's
baby.
like, let me see it.
I just want to say I'm getting pretty skater punk, and yeah, I've been wearing my wallet chain.
Yeah.
I've been wearing my wallet chain, and I've been doing pretty good, baby.
Jeremy got me a gift certificate to Hot and Tom Pick.
Also, another one to Spencer's Gifts.
Yeah.
Is that still going?
Yeah, I'm probably going to get a lava lamp and some fake poop.
I'm gonna razz you guys pretty good with that fake poop.
Oh, Jeremy, you meant to poop. Just kidding, got
Just
you.
kidding, got you. You still got caught.
Yeah.
You got caught, baby. Avril Lavigne. I also saw a trend on TikTok that said everyone is either a frog or a rat, and that's also been throwing me off
What
a
does
bit
that
too.
even mean?
Like everyone can be boiled down to frog or a rat. Like everyone you know is
What
either
does
a
that
frog
even
or a
mean?
rat. Like as an animal, like looks wise and personality wise.
Yeah, but rats have a bad.
No, it's not a
rap.
negative thing. Don't think about it like a negative. You just think of you think of a person in your mind right now.
I mean, I'm a frog, right?
You're a rat. You
Okay,
are a rat.
that
I'm
seems
sorry. No, it's not mean.
Horrible.
I'm a frog. I'm absolutely a
No.
frog. Yes.
You're definitely.
No.
You're like a mouse.
No. Boo. I'm a frog.
I'm a frog.
Look at my chunky
Listen to
little-
me.
No.
I'm basically ribbiting as I talk.
But like you're a rat.
I'm very amphibious.
No, I'm sorry, Del.
I loved frogs growing up.
You
Had a
are
few of them.
I mean this so kindly. You're a rat, my
That's
guy.
so mean to
it's
say.
It's not mean. No, I really think if you knew, you'd knew.
What is there is there a breakdown? Or
no breakdown. It's just like you think of them, feel their energy, look at them. If someone was going to draw them as an animal, would they draw them as a rat or would they draw them as a frog?
They would draw you as a mouse.
No, I'm not a mouse. There's no mouse. It's just a rat
Mouse
or a frog.
is close to rat.
No,
you're not a frog.
I'm a frog. Look at me. I'm like a little, I got like big eyes. I got like buff cheeks.
You don't know how to swim.
I know how to swim. How dare you?
You don't ribbit at all. You're too animated.
I'm a frog, baby. I'm a frog, baby. I know it. I know it. Look, think about the people in our lives. Cyrus. He's a rat. That's a rat.
I'd say he's a frog.
Vern's a rat.
No.
Yeah.
No.
She's not a frog.
I think you have very weird opinions of our friends.
None of it is a negative. It's just whether or not the person boils
a rat
down to.
is already a negative.
You are taking
They called
it
my
too
people that
personal.
in World War II.
Oh, no.
And it's very personal.
No.
It's not good.
Oh, no. No one meant to go there.
We went there. Okay.
Delman.
I'm a frog. Okay.
Okay, you can be a frog.
And you're a rat. How does it feel?
I honestly, I didn't know I was that angular. I would love to be a rat because that would show that
you're going off of looks, and I'm going off of behavior.
I think
you eat garbage.
I am a rat.
You have a long tail.
I think the world can decide: is Delman a rat or a frog?
I don't want to see where this goes. I would like any animal because I know what I believe that my inner beast. I know my inner beast.
We know it's a turtle.
But which is close to a frog. If we're going A to
Look, I just want to say, I mean, it's just a trend, and it does say that every person in the universe either boils down to a frog or a rat, and I think that there's something to it. And I'm going to choose to focus on that trend instead of all this horrific news about this. But what I also will say is we got to get a garage because these preppers have got it down really good.
Oh, yeah.
They're prepping sausage meat. They're doing like they got spreadsheets.
Yeah. Well, I've done some meal prep and I've put some stuff in the freezer.
You have 2 frozen burritos in the freezer.
That's right. I made it myself though. And I vacuum sealed them. So I'm prepped.
He's like, we can go 2 days.
And don't worry, I know how to filter water through evaporation. I did it in 6th grade science camp.
Delman, there is no way
fine.
that you are going to figure out how to do that.
I've already done it.
Right
you need
now.
a raft. You flip it upside down.
We don't have a raft,
We
my
will
guy.
get a raft. A tarp will work.
Okay, we don't even have a tarp. We have to start our bug out bag is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And in a bug out bag, we're going to have a game
An
called
iPod.
Frog versus Rat, a iPod Shuffle, 2 frozen burritos.
A solar panel.
We have 1 solar panel.
Yeah, I have a solar panel.
Okay, but we're not going to carry that around with
I
us.
will.
Good. You're going to be shot down first.
My solar panel. Ow. Guys, go on without me. I'm going to bring the solar panel.
Do you think we should dive into some...
Yeah, let's hop into some...
there was got a really good hypothetical that someone did. Look, I love this one. Someone commented this one. I'm excited.
So thank you guys for listening and commenting. And this was a great hypothetical.
That's such a good hypothetical.
Schmectacular. Which is also schmectacular name.
That's fantastic.
If you were a seagull.
Already in.
Not a rat.
Or a frog.
But a seagull.
My God, maybe you are a seagull.
Maybe. I can seagull more.
Mm-hmm.
That's a sky rat.
Yeah, it is a sky rat.
If you were a seagull, which fast food chain would you hang out at to scavenge food?
I mean, it's a really good one, honestly. It really is.
Yeah.
It's so good. Look, I think people are going to be disappointed with mine because the goal is not to get the best food. You're a seagull.
I know what I'm doing. Yeah.
You got to I want to diversify
I know what I'm doing.
my food.
Say it on 3.
3, 2, 1. Jack
Golden
in the
Corral.
Box. Why Golden Corral?
What you just said. Diversifying.
People aren't throwing out food.
They are.
Oh man, you're right. They are throwing out food at Golden
I don't have
Corral.
to fight anyone.
You don't have to
They're
fight
like, this
anyone.
one, there's no one
End
ate
of the night
and I'm
buffet,
just like,
baby.
that's seafood. Dude, we got
Yeah.
the chicken legs.
Yeah. You're.
I'm just
Oh
like,
man, prime rib.
oh,
Wow.
all of it. Yeah. I'm going
Golden
for it.
Corral's such a great idea.
Yeah, because I saw some TikToks of like people working there being like, this is disgusting.
Just throwing out so much food.
I'd just be like, thank
is
you.
it technically fast food? No, but I think we can let it
Well,
slide
if we're
because it's a
talking
great
fast
answer.
food and we're not talking that, then
It's not slow. It's not slow food.
it's ready when you get there.
There's nothing faster.
It takes as long as you eat it. It's faster.
You don't
than the
even have to
fastest.
order. You just sit down. There's food.
Once you're at the seat, you choose when to go get the food. It's ready.
That's such a good answer because you're right. Every night it's a buffet for you.
Yeah.
You don't have to do
and you don't have
nothing.
to fight people. There's more than enough to go
Why
around.
are there so many seagulls in this Golden Corral parking lot?
Yeah.
I'm doing Jack in the Box because I once again I feel like it's a similar thing and there's gonna be a lot of thrown food. And then look, who doesn't love the teriyaki bowl? You know, you got tacos.
You can't be yourself and just be like, you're gonna give me that teriyaki bowl. You're
like,
just dive bombing
Seagull
some kid.
dive bombed me for my teriyaki.
Oh, did you get a teriyaki bowl? Yeah. If you got a teriyaki bowl at that one, yeah, you're gonna get dive bombed.
Ha! Teriyaki
Wow.
me. Yeah. Oh, and I do love their fries. Fries at Jack in the Box are actually great.
But I mean,
Curly
this is
fries?
not human stuff. You're a seagull. So
I'm just thinking of the things that are going to be discarded, and it's going to be a lot of fries, a lot of curly fries, a lot of wedges, and a lot of different things. You got tacos. You got this. Hopefully, I can gain the trust of the workers, and I'll just land on the thing, and they'll be like, "Hey, I think this seagull wants some of this," and I'll be like, "Yeah," and then I'll point to it with my little paw.
well,
paw
if I'm
thing.
gonna like kind of, I always take account of trends and what's going on.
Good for you.
And every time, for whatever reason, I'm at an In-N-Out, there's a million seagulls.
There are so many. You're right. There's a
They're
ton
dive
of
bombing. They're
seagulls at
waiting because
In-N-Out.
it's crack. I get it.
Yeah.
But it's like I mean that's hard because you're competing with others.
I also am a little
Golden
bit worried
Corral.
because it feels like the bigger, higher chains are taken. There's a core memory that Delman and I have and we share together, and it feels like a very insane one, but we are going through a Taco Bell drive-thru, and if you know anything about Delman, is that he has such a severe love of birds, particularly hawks
I think
and
it's just
eagles.
majestic creatures. It's less birds. I don't like them all, but majestic ones.
What qualifies a majestic creature?
A horned owl.
Okay. Why
Any
are you
hawk.
saying it like that?
Any eagle.
Okay.
An egret. A flamingo.
Okay.
Emu.
These
Ostrich.
are moving away from majestic.
Those
really
are all
quickly.
birds.
An emu
Puffins.
isn't majestic. Puffins are
These are majestic. I'm not talking seagulls.
Okay.
The love started with doves.
Sure. Oh.
And
okay.
I love a dove.
Mm-hmm.
And then it grew from there. I grew up around a lot of doves and peacocks.
This guy.
But like the
how
chickens
did your
and the
parents not know you weren't going to be the softest little boy with your love of doves? You're such a sweet boy.
I got into magic, so the doves and the
Yeah.
magic, they were hand in hand.
Man.
I had a few doves hanging around.
Yeah.
Had to bring them to my grandpa's dairy and let them go, but I saw them.
Yeah.
They'd come back.
Okay.
I
This
saw them
is
again.
heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Oh, was this before or
Wild
after the rat
dove it.
race age?
Oh, same time.
Same time. Got it. Yeah. Okay. Got
It was an interesting time.
Interesting time.
My cousins were getting into dirt bikes, and I'm like, you know what, guys? I'm gonna see how many doves will land on me if I don't move.
And they're like, get this fucking kid out of here.
Well,
Okay, back to the core memory. We were driving through a Taco Bell drive-thru on like the I-5, and it was after a long road trip, and there was the sickest, coolest falcon.
it was a hawk.
It was a hawk.
Yeah.
He was a hawk, but he was like a big boy hawk. Like he was a predator
Yeah.
hawk. And
Not
he was
a
on,
normal one.
No, he was huge. I mean, if you would have told me he escaped from something, I would have been like, absolutely, I believe that. But he was just
Many
sitting atop
layers.
an old telephone pole directly outside of the Taco Bell drive-thru, looking to score
Yeah.
some delicious dinner.
Oh yeah.
And he did.
Yeah.
He literally because the rats kept coming to the Taco Bell drive-thru.
Yeah.
And they kept like getting like dee 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 dee, and the
he somehow got my whole meal, and then you guys made out for a while.
I mean, duh.
He's like,
a
get
hawk.
out of here! I'm trying to get my
I'm
meal.
not gonna not make out with him, Delman. He's a hawk. Are you kidding me? He's gorgeous.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Look, that's an obvious.
Yeah. So yours is Jack in the Box or anywhere in the Taco Bell world.
Seagulls eat rats, and I'm assuming there's gonna be a lot of rats at their Jack in the Box drive-thru.
I have another leftover, I guess. I had a moment today.
What was your moment?
With the hot mailman.
You did?
I had a moment. Yeah.
Okay.
So you heard our neighbor talking to him.
Yeah, I did.
And he was like,
feels a little rude.
And he was like, okay, Andrew, have a nice day. And then you ran up to our neighbor and you were like, hey, is hot mailman's name Andrew? And he was like, oh my God, it is.
Yeah.
And he's like,
everyone on this street agrees that he is hot mailman. We all call him hot mailman.
Yeah.
No one doesn't call him hot mailman.
Well, he calls him Andrew, but
because he knows his name.
Yeah. And so then I guess after you asked that, I don't know what happened between hot mailman and John, but today I saw hot mailman. And he was talking with our other neighbor about some football stuff, and they were having a great time because hot mailman's really into football.
He's so easy to talk
but he
to.
knew like good stuff too.
He's like so funny and charming.
Yeah, and even Dan was like, yeah. And
I mean, he's like, you just get drawn in.
And so they have their moment, and then hot mailman looks at me right in the eye, and he goes, Andrew, I'm not kidding. So without me even knowing, I don't know how it happened. Somehow it came up. And I was like, Andrew. And he was like, he's like, best name in the world, right?
You guys.
And I was like, right.
Kiss.
And then I was like, yeah. And then the dog was barking at us, the other one. And I was like, Joey, quiet. And they're like, he's just mad his name isn't Andrew. That's what he said.
This is the beginning.
Yeah.
This is a meet cute, Delman. You got to make it happen.
I couldn't be Andrew and Andrew.
Well, you'd be Delman and he'd be Andrew.
But now he thinks I'm as happy as he.
Sorry.
I've never been happier. I'm like, me too.
Me
even
too.
Though I never
Samesies. And he's like, get off my level. No, this is beautiful.
It's starting. We're opening it up. Yeah.
You're gonna hug next, or maybe give it a little smooch.
We did a fist pound. Yeah, we did. We touched. First contact.
That's first contact, and that is humongous. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. So, do you have any more hypotheticals?
Okay, hypothetical. If you were a member of the opposite sex, what would your life be like? I mean, that feels like very broad and very. Me? Yeah, I mean, I'm asking you.
Man, it's hard on a lot of levels. First,
Preach.
Do I take like in my sister's like, because she's a carbon copy looks wise
sure
as me, but we have a difference in personality
completely. Yeah, she's
living a good life.
Yeah.
But if it was me, I don't know. I'd probably be like, I don't know. I'd be out there, I'd be be saying what's up. I'd be testing the waters. Am I as tall as I am? I mean, my sister's pretty tall.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're exactly like you, but you're just in the opposite sex.
Yeah, I think it'd be fine. I think it'd be great. I think it'd be I mean, the period part seems pretty scary.
It's awful. Yeah, it's a nightmare.
I mean, that's
childbirth. You're cool with it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with it.
Okay.
I mean, you already make that joke all the time. That
if I could seahorse you, I absolutely.
Yeah, so it's like I'm already like, if we're doing it, like, I could do that.
Sure. It's really painful, like
I don't
terrifyingly
know.
painful.
You guys got good clothes. You guys.
Do you think you'd have game as a woman?
Well, I think it's. I've hung out at a few gay bars with my gay friends, and then they left, and then I've been on the receiving end of some aggressive
attention
come-ons. And it's not.
Look, if you're 6'3",
it's not ideal. It's not fun. But
you're gonna have to be in jury duty and getting hit on by old weird pervs.
But I did get hit on. Another guy told me I had nice hair.
That's not a hit on, Cheddar. You just have great hair,
then we
baby.
Kissed.
Okay. Then we kissed.
And he said, "Wow, it's a hung jury."
Oh my God, I hate that you had that in your front pocket.
No, but I don't know. Honestly, I'd probably be pretty hot and probably a dancer, and I'd probably be very successful.
Out. I cannot handle this. You'd be so tall, but that's okay. You'd be beautiful. Yeah, you'd be a gorgeous model. Yeah,
I would probably still be
Yeah. You know, I
singing.
can't wait for you to go through this.
Yeah. And I would definitely have only one boyfriend. And
oh wow, you'd be monogamy. I mean, you'd be with me.
Oh, the guy version of you?
Yeah, I mean, I hope so.
Are you the same height?
I am.
You're like, what are we doing? How would you teach?
Yeah.
How would you treat me? Is it this? We're not the same person because
our lives are
different.
It's just an opposite sex. Yeah.
But it's just us. Like,
yeah, it's us tomorrow. You wake up and you're like, oh my God, everything's different. So here's the thing.
But you would be like a short little loud
baby.
Guy.
Short little
You'd
loud
have
guy.
like a pencil mustache.
Hell yeah, babe. Hell yeah. I already got it, baby. I'm already waiting to smooch you with it, honey. Heck yeah, baby.
You would definitely have a few.
Yeah. Yeah, I got moves, baby.
No, but I think like some people like, he really came on to like.
Yeah.
Oh
no.
You touch a lot of. You break down.
I touch so many people. I'm so flirtatious.
He's really touchy.
I know I would be, but I've already had this conversation with many of my female friends. If I did have the magic of for a day I became a man, I've already had multiple friends agree with me that I could sleep with them.
Oh, it's just a day.
No, I mean this said how would your life be different?
Yeah.
But that's like such a broad term. Mine is if I woke up and for 24 hours, if we weren't together for 24 hours, I was a man. I have at least 3 friends that I know I could call them up and be like, "Hey, are we making love?" And they'd be like, "No, but we can totally do it."
I don't think I don't think I could call some friends and be like, "Hey, I'm a girl now.
I'm a girl now. Kiss me."
Yeah. Come on, just for tonight.
I mean, you know what? That means that they're not very good friends, in my opinion.
Is that a new like subsect of like porn? It's like, hey, I just turned into a guy.
I don't know.
I was a girl yesterday.
I don't know.
Let's do this. I know we're best friends.
I think you just came up with something pretty good there.
It's
there
called
you go.
Freaky Friday.
That's it.
Don't even need to change the
name. That's what it is. All I'm saying is if I woke up tomorrow and I was a man, yeah, of course I'd be a tiny little baby boy. We love a short king. Who doesn't?
Yeah.
And I think I'd make my rounds. I think I'd smooch a lot of ladies. I think I'd smooch some fellas because I'm still me, you know? Like, who cares, right?
I'd be down to give it a go.
Okay, this is actually a really fun one from Marilee. Marilee, we roll along. Oh my God, I got it. That makes me so. I was like, nice. Marilee, we roll along.
We roll along.
Really roll along.
What is that, Irish?
It's beautiful.
Is
oh
it
my
Gaelic?
God,
is it
Gaelic? God, we
I don't
love
even
it.
know him.
It's gorgeous. Question for the pod: did you ever have different names that you contemplated for the dogs before you chose them? And also, what were your other favorite dog names that you have always loved or would want to use in the future? Can you show any of all related cheese decor that you have? We have some. We'll show it. And maybe I don't know. And similar topic to the first question, any history of pets or any funny stories that you guys have of them? Love you guys. Thank you so much, Marilee. We roll along. Marilee, we roll along.
I think every animal is unique. Weasel was a weasel. Like when we adopted him, he was Hogan.
Oh, Hogan. Yeah, the shelter had his name as Hogan.
But he didn't even respond to that name.
No. He hated it.
We were going through names, and then like literally he'd go in the kitchen and you'd be eating and he'd go up on his hind legs like a weasel.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he just looked like a weasel.
He's a weasel.
And he would burrow under blankets.
Yeah.
So we started calling him Mr. Weasel.
Yeah.
Like he was a harder one to name, but we got it like I think the first night. And then
we did.
It was just like Weasel. And then you call him that. Frank, that one was a little harder.
Because when we saved her, which we'll save for a different time when we have more time, because that's one of the craziest stories of our entire life.
Her name was Pandora and not like... I was like, oh, Pandora's Box. They're like, no, like the app.
Yeah, they named her after the app.
And
we were
she
like,
didn't respond to it. She didn't know what it was. And she had like some of the names that I remember really liking. We were going to call her Birdie, but it was going to be short for Roberta.
Yeah, because she looks like such a Roberta.
I'm Roberta, baby.
Roberta, baby.
Bird.
Hell yeah. Bird me, baby.
Or like... What were some of the other names? They were
Bert Noodle was one that we were going to call her Noodle.
Yeah. And one of our neighbors who actually is like a really big deal. She was like a super delegate.
Yeah.
She's like, she still calls her Noodle. She's like, she's still Noodle to me. Because when we were still deciding the names, we're like, it's either Birdie or Noodle or Frankenstein. She's like, I like Noodle.
Yeah.
Like,
and then, I mean, we went with Frankenstein because
but she is a noodle.
She is a little noodle.
Yeah.
She's
I'm a ravioli,
but
you bitch.
She's fucking Frankie, baby. She was Frankenstein when we got her because she had a bunch of staples and stitches in her face, which sounds darker than it is.
Yeah, and she looked like a monster.
And she looked like a monster, so we named her Frankenstein.
And then Frankie for short, or Frank, or Franken.
Or Steinberg. Or Steinberg Stein, or any of those. Or now it's just Pig. Yeah. Pig and Whistle is for Frank and Weasel.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's pretty solid, and it's gorgeous. I did also like the name Onion for her, and that's not a joke. But you vetoed that really immediately. I thought she looked like such an onion.
Yeah, she's an onion.
She looked like
it's funny too because like I've always had non-traditional names for dogs. Like when I was young, I was young.
Yeah.
And we had this dog, and for whatever reason, we ended up going with the name Copper from Fox and the Hound.
Sure, tracks.
Another solid movie.
Yeah, that's your favorite movie. There you go.
I cried a lot, but yeah, so. Copper after that because the dog looked like Copper, but I really wanted to name the dog Mike, and I was set on it.
Just Mike.
And my dad's like, we're not naming the dog Mike. Like he's like, not going to the park and be like, Mike,
get over here, Mike.
What's his name? His name is Mike. But for me, I was like, Mike.
They're
dude,
like Michael, and they're like, no, just Mike.
Mike, dude. I thought it was so cool.
It's a great name.
He was a cool guy. I was like, this is Mike. Like he's not Michael. This is Mike. But
they're
my
like,
dad
name him a normal dog name.
So now I'm like, Copper. That's not a name. This is my best friend. You said
Mike.
Mike is gonna be my best friend.
Yeah, hell yeah. There it is. It's beautiful.
Yeah, so.
We had like growing up, we had very normal dog names. It was like Gus and Charlie and very like normal dog names. I've always, again, I want a little like, I want a bunch of dogs. I'm still gonna in the future somehow get Onion in there. I will name a dog Onion.
I've always had weird names.
Yeah. You had a cat named Jazzman, right?
Well, yes, I did. Well, the cat's name was Jasmine.
Like the flower.
You name a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also like my family, like when you're with a family, you gotta agree.
You have to settle.
But it was my cat. And then we go to the vet and they're like, this is a boy cat. And then I was like, Jazzman. And then they were like, what? And that was the name.
Yeah, Jazzman.
Yeah, Jazzman.
Jazzman the cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had like weird like Quincy and Nosy and like we had again very normal names.
We had Gladys Bojangles, who was the cat.
Jesus Christ.
Missy Whiskers, who was my hamster.
Fantastic. Fantastic names.
Yeah.
I live for it.
And then Jazzman.
Mm-hmm.
And then Myrtle the turtle, who's still there.
She's still there. She's still there.
Yeah.
She's still hanging out in the backyard.
And then Mittens. That was my sister's
These
doing.
are such normal names.
That was not me.
These are basic names.
Yeah.
We got Frankenstein and Weasel, and someday in the future we'll have Onion.
And what was that one? I sent you one on TikTok, and the guy's like, pizza, don't do that. And I'm like, the dog's name is Pizza? I'm like, that's pretty good.
Look, in the future, if we don't name a dog Onion, I'll name our firstborn Onion. If you think I won't, you're very wrong.
Onion it's just Delman? Like too that's easy to get made fun of.
Nowadays,
you're making me cry.
There's Apple. Oh, that's hot. Yeah, you're making me cry. No. No, we're naming her Onion. Or him Onion. We're naming him Onion.
Does it taste like onion?
Oh, no, they won't.
If I just thought of those right now, they're gonna get it.
There's kids named like Friezo and Apple. No one's gonna care if our kid's name is
those
Onion.
Guys are getting made fun of.
No, they're not. Not nowadays.
Some guy named Orange is fucking coming for him.
Orange is so cool.
Lemon is like you're out.
Oh, I'm naming my kid Lemon. That's for sure.
Limon.
Yeah. Limon Delman.
Yeah. I went with this. I went to school with a guy named Koz, Koz.
Yeah.
And his last name was McRae. And we were always like, we never thought anything of it for like 5 years. And then all of a sudden, a substitute teacher came and was like, Koz McRae. And we're like,
so cool.
Oh.
It's the coolest
and he's
thing
like,
of all
yeah,
time.
my parents are hippies. I'm like, that is so cool.
We're just going to have Onion.
Yeah.
Onion.
I don't know. That's
Onion
not that
Delman.
Cool. Yeah.
We'll call him Onion.
Bootstrap.
We're not naming a child Bootstrap, but we can name a dog Bootstrap for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh my God. Hey, thank you so much for your questions.
Yes.
We love you more than anything in this world. Yeah. Let us know what your favorite movie is in the comments down below.
Yep.
And if you are a frog or a rat. Yep. Hey, I thought of a new goodbye. I love See You Waiter. I'm not going to get rid of that.
I'll do Stay Cozy still.
I'm saying Stay Stinky.
Stay stinky.
Get it? Get the cheese.
Stay cozy.
Stinky,
stay
baby.
stinky.
Yeah.
Stay cheesy.
Frank, you want to take us out with some Avril Lavigne? And then, good night.
Gotta take me out, take me somewhere.
Yeah. It's beautiful. We love you.